aka Spider-Man, aka the Spider Menace. But rest assured, dear viewers, we here at the Daily Bugle will not rest until we've uncovered the truth behind his web of lies. I'm Jay Jonas.
Alrighty, family, right here we got Mikey Williams somehow got worse. I've never seen this channel before. Who is this? Swiss County. Okay, and this got posted 2 hours ago, so we onto this video newski straight off the bat. Ain't nobody seen this shit yet.
Mikey Williams has gone from poster dunks in packed arenas to airballs and blickies. At one point in time, Mikey Williams had the world in his hands. From a signature shoe in high school, millions of dollars.
It's crazy because in the last reaction, we was just talking about how Mikey Williams fell off in college. Not gonna cap. We was just talking about that. It's insane that shit just popped up on the next video.
And a cakewalk into the NBA as the top recruit in the country. Fast forward to today, and Mikey Williams is scoring 2 points per game on 30%
I was in high school for 7 years.
at the
Dead ass.
level. What in the world is going on? Well, when Mikey blew up originally, a lot of it fell not on his shoulders, but Bronny James. Playing alongside Bronny on the LeBron James coached Blue Chips AAU team, Mikey Williams was better than Bronny at his own position by a landslide, having clearly matured much younger. Mikey had the highlights to back his game, standing at just 6'1", but already finishing strong above the rim. Mikey was pretty showtime. He had air control, he had a built frame for his age, and he was dominating at his level. But when he got to high school, he absolutely turned it up. In his first game of high school basketball, Mikey went out there and dropped 46 points at 15 years old. The very next game, Mikey went out and dropped 50. With a 48-point average as a freshman, it shouldn't be a surprise that with his play style, this guy was
He was averaging what? Run that shit back.
6 points at 15 years old. The very next game, Mikey went out and dropped 50. With a 48-point average as a freshman, it shouldn't be a surprise.
The nigga averaged 48 points on average. That nigga was insane. He must have been fucking on crack. Oh my god.
That with his play style, this guy was must-see TV. He'd played since he was a kid, clearly. He had a smooth handle on the ball with a very natural feel for getting to the basket. And with advanced verticality, strength, and decent length, and like I said before, some insane control in the air, Mikey was dunking everything as a 6'1" freshman. He began to rack up accolades like Max Prep's Freshman of the Year, and even broke the California state record with 77 points in a single game as a freshman. Averaging a 30 ball for the season, there was a few things that were clear in his game. Obviously, he was dominating due to his physical gifts, but his skill set wasn't lagging too far behind. He was a natural scorer by all definitions. But really, to reach the levels of success that he did at this age, there needs to be a combination of factors. One, you could go out there and crush garbage competition. Two, you could play on some...
Hey, yo.
One, you could go...
We're not gonna call flight garbage competition. The nigga never stood a chance, alright? Like, I get it. But, like, yo, don't do my nigga Flight. My nigga Flight.
Out there and crush garbage competition. Two, you could play on some Julian Newman-ass high school team. And
I still want to fight that nigga. By the way, I still want to fight Julian Newman. I still want to beat that little bitch-ass nigga. I hate him.
Chuck up BS all game long. And three, you can be a complete anomaly of a talent. Now, I'm not going to tie Mikey Williams in with Julian Newman because Mikey Williams is completely in another stratosphere. Mikey wasn't exactly a generational talent either, and let me explain why. Scoring 77 in a night is impressive no matter how you want to put it. I'm not going to discredit that or even discredit his ranking as a 5-star recruit. But Mikey's team wasn't exactly incredible, nor was their competition. And this allowed Mikey to take the shots to even get to that point. Mikey's game was extremely developed for his age. He was a shifty and crafty guard that could score very well inside with a serviceable jump shot. Still impressive.
Yeah, he actually got like a handle on it too. He can actually like move.
Mikey at times was playing a lot of ugly basketball, which is a lot like Julius Randle on my Minnesota Timberwolves. And now that he's on the bench, I've been looking to find some deals to get down to the Target Center and see the Ant-Man go crazy. Which is why I want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28, and you know I came through for you guys. Be added to the state of California, Mikey bounced to play alongside better competition at Lake Norman Christian alongside other Division I talent. As you can expect, Williams saw a statistical decline from nearly 30 points per game down to 21, as with more talent around him, he was playing closer to what you'd expect a 5-star system to look like. But even at that, there was nothing usual about Mikey Williams. His fame was absolutely skyrocketing, reaching a combined 5 million followers across TikTok and Instagram. Every time Williams played at a tournament Winter Showcase, there were insane crowds. Grown adults screaming for pictures and autographs, said former coach Patrick McCarthy. McCarthy remembers Williams trying to accommodate his fans whenever possible, but sometimes the crowds were too big and he had to sneak out the back door. We had to get him different protocols so he could even make it to the car, said McCarthy. Mikey was close to a mainstream celebrity.
Mikey was the best high school hooper at the time, for sure.
Games, hanging out with Drake and NBA YoungBoy, all while being one of the originators to take NIL money to its absolute limit, presumably cashing out to the tune of millions of dollars. Mikey elevated his play to 23 points per game in the following season as a junior, and according to his trainer, there wasn't a day that he didn't see Williams working out, and it was 2 to 3 times a day. Then sprints. Really, this guy was at the top of the world. Puma had just signed this fucking high schooler, making him the first kid to sign with a global sports brand in high school, while he was talking about being worth $1 billion before 25 years old. Everything seemed to be going according to a plan that seemed so simple, yet the true treasure at the end of the treasure map was slowly drifting further out of sight. Mikey's ranking in high school had fallen significantly, from a 5 to a 4-star recruit, now outside of the top 30 in his class. And although in a way these are meaningless numbers, the scout speculation on his game had shifted to a completely different tone. After physically maturing young, Mikey really doesn't look too different from his high school freshman days other than a few arm sleeves. And with somewhat of a plateau and some of his pain points,
that nigga just said that nigga don't look different except for a couple arm sleeves is nasty work. Because that's actually factual. That nigga don't look no different besides the arm sleeves.
namely his facilitating and jump shot, Mikey wasn't exactly the dominating force that he once appeared to be. To stand out at 6'1", you generally need to have arms down to the floor, or a skill set that really blows the competition out of the water. It was clear from the get-go that Mikey's standout skill was going to be his athleticism, but really, it wasn't to the point where he was generating easy buckets at will, nor was he using it to help him as a defender. In fact, Mikey's defensive game was complete dog water. Upon returning to San Diego for his senior season to the same team he started his high school career at, Williams had a bit of a disappointing season at 23 points per game. Really, I don't think this was the worst season in the world, given that he was throwing out 9 assists a night, and at least trying to improve in an area that was shaky for him, but on the defensive side of the ball, you really did not see that same effort. Local team Carlsbad High School had reportedly studied some film prior to their matchup, where the whole team would laugh at the lack of defensive effort coming from Mikey, and upon matching up with him, Carlsbad was able to generate plenty of offense by targeting Williams specifically, where he was easy to catch flat-footed. The Carlsbad head coach summed it up perfectly, saying it felt like he was kind of just going through the motions. It felt like he was into his persona more than he was into the actual season. From 5 to 4-star, and from the best 14-year-old in the country to the 30th ranked player in his class, Mikey had taken a severe hit in terms of his recruiting perception. Did it matter for say? No. He could still play for any school in the country, but it's notable the way that he matched up with his competition was nowhere near it once was. The lack of effort defensively was a terrible look, that's for sure. And to crack an NBA roster someday, which I'd assume is and always has been the goal, that's not exactly an option. It's unfortunate that Mikey didn't really grow at all. He peaked early and stayed around the same size. To say that he didn't work hard or something like that is probably incorrect. I'm sure that at the end of the day, this kid still loves basketball a lot, even if not as pure of a love as it was before the money and fame. But after the money and after the fame, it became apparent that he felt more comfortable slacking a bit. I mean, I can't blame him if I'm 17 with more money than any of the parents in the stands. That's an experience that really nobody has ever experienced. And coming from living in a small apartment to a
no, dead ass. If I was 17 and I had more money than everybody in the fucking facility, bro, I wouldn't do shit. I'd stop hooping, no cap. I do fuck with MMA.
Where he pleased is going to do a ton to a kid who didn't have a chance to grow up. Despite the statistical
I would have quit basketball.
Mikey still had the ball in his court in terms of college selections. He had offers from schools like Arizona, but likely to have a chance to play under coach Penny Hardaway, Mikey took his talents to Memphis. Up to this point, it was really up to him to turn around the trajectory of his career while he was still alive. But at this point is where Mikey
but like if I know that Mikey knew at some point, nigga, like, he probably isn't going to the league. Like, let's be so for real, family.
His future severely. Mikey
he
found
knows
himself
that.
in serious legal trouble, facing 9 felony gun charges after allegedly...
Jello couldn't even get in the league and he stole some sunglasses. You think that after shooting some nigga like this and you're not one of the best players, you're not Imani Bates? Yeah, no, you're not 6'8", gang, you're 6'1".
firing shots at trespassers on his property. According to the county sheriff's department, the incident unfolded after guests at his house were asked to leave, sparking a heated argument. Enraged by their unexpected presence, Mikey allegedly threatened to shoot them. As they drove away, he reportedly fired a handgun
before
at their
that,
vehicle,
I mean,
shattering
I probably
their
would
windshield.
I probably would have went to college. I mean, after the shootout, like after the shooting, bro, I would not be hooping no more, bro. After I shot, but I'd be done. I would be done. I would not continue.
And damaging the trunk. Though no one was injured, 5 people,
Niggas averaging 3
3 of them
points in
minors,
college
were
right now.
inside when the shots rang out. The fallout was massive. Mikey was arrested on April
But he's not
15th,
Bronny.
2023, and pleaded not guilty to all charges.
You know, but he
which
should just
carried
be a
potential
YouTuber,
30-year
a basketball
prison
YouTuber.
sentence.
That's
While
tough
his
as
University
fuck.
of Memphis teammates took the court for their season opener, Mikey remained in California awaiting a jury trial set for mid-December. I mean, this guy's looking at fucking prison time. Well, his
But he really thought he was young boy.
basketball career is in a way free falling. From the heights he was at, this is one of the most catastrophic falls I've ever seen. But luckily for Mikey, the charges would be dropped with community service and Williams would be cleared to play once again. Now Mikey, although cleared, wasn't exactly given the okay to get back out on the courts, as given his position as a player skill-wise, mixed with his character questioning legal issues, Mikey was left on the bench for the remainder of the season, and for that reason would take his talents down the ladder of programs to UCF. Central Florida isn't exactly pumping out NBA talent like Memphis is, it just isn't that caliber of school. Williams clearly realized that benchwarming a school like Memphis wasn't going to give him the chance to revive his career like putting up bigger numbers at a smaller school would. So now, as a 20-year-old college freshman, Williams is in the position to revive his career. And let's just say this isn't exactly the case. At 3 points per game on 32% shooting at the moment, Mikey doesn't look able to survive at the collegiate level, and it's clear to see why. When on the playing field where Mikey doesn't look able.
Where is it? Damn. 25% for 3. Jesus Christ. He's ass. 4 points. He's ass.
To survive at the collegiate level, and it's clear to see why. When on the playing field where
He
his
wasn't really
physical
playing?
gifts aren't head and shoulders above his competition, Mikey doesn't have the skill set to compete. He didn't improve or diversify
Bronny
his game the way
stats.
that he should.
And Bronny had
now
a
when
heart
matched up
attack.
with guards who can do the same thing as him physically,
This
it
nigga went to
really
jail.
exposes that when he isn't blowing by you, he's an inefficient scorer for his
Bruh.
player who doesn't shoot
The difference between Bronny and Mikey Williams. Bronny had a heart attack and went to the league. This nigga went to the jail and ended up at UCF.
the ball.
He
as
took
well
the
as
Jell-O
other
route.
points and has never proven to be bought in as a defensive talent despite having the tools to do so. The skill issues mixed with the character
True,
questions
minutes, true.
created a story that sure as hell writes its own ending, and it's
But
not
I feel
gonna
like he
be
not gonna
ending
hoop
unless
like that.
something really changes here. Could you say that Mikey killed his own career? I mean, there's truth to it. Obviously, firing a handgun at a car full of minors is a mistake that makes you easier to comb through when it comes to picking guys at the next level. But given his lack of growth as a player, it could be safe to assume with all the money in the world in a young kid's pocket, Mikey felt fine hitting the cruise control button. With the world of opportunity, it gets easier to settle with more than the average person could dream of. And in the case of Mikey Williams, that might be the final page of
This nigga got 2K tats. No cap. This nigga tats straight out of 2K.
his book.
Nah, he deadass gonna end up rapping.
The NBA
Bro,
can offer you
But you feel me? That was a W video. Mike Williams somehow got worse. Yeah. W Swiss country. No cap. Give this nigga a like. Cause he don't got hella shit either. We trying to stay respectful over here.